Red Flags of Emotional Repression Part 10, Stockholm Syndrome. This is a condition where hostages or victims of kidnapping or abuse start to develop a psychological or even emotional bond with their captors or abusers. Feelings of love, trust, and admiration can develop between the captive and the captor, and you see this sometimes in domestic abuse situations where the abusee can't leave the abuser. And this is textbook emotional repression for two reasons. One is, when we've repressed certain emotions since childhood, we tend to become both triggered and enamored by those who can openly express that emotion. It's sort of like, if I'm not allowed to feel and express that, then neither are you. But if you do, wow, that's impressive. In spiritual or psychological terms, the being triggered would be the shadow boxing, and the being enamored would be the shadow hugging. And the second reason is related, but it's a little bit deeper. Let's say I've been repressing anger since childhood because I learned in my family of origin early on that it wasn't safe or acceptable to feel and express it. And this is true for me, by the way. This means that I've been pushing down anger and other powerful emotions like it into my body for 35 plus years. And what effect do you think that might start to have? Beneath the repression of it, I start identifying with it, which means mistaking it for who I am. It's all I've ever known. And this is the really tragic double bind of emotional repression, is that I'm identified with the thing that I can't show to the world. I can't be angry, but I am and have to be angry, see? And believe it or not, even though I think I'm making choices in my life, this unconscious double bind mechanism will drive me toward people who will reinforce my repression and my identification. So now, unbeknownst to me, I'm literally seeking out captors and abusers because it's familiar. Because it's a reenactment of my childhood situation, right? Because it makes me feel like me. But it's not me. It's repression and buried emotions. It's Stockholm Syndrome, and I've had it all along. And fortunately, with emotional repression work, it can be resolved. If this is you, visit repressiontest.com.